welcome to the home of the Blue Hens in Newark and Delaware Stadium. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Indiana Hoosiers, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the Delaware Blue Hens. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. And the Blue Hens will kick it away to start. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Indiana's offense will go on the attack first. And Jesse, they've got a quarterback that if he can get into a rhythm can certainly make plays for his team.
Here's the thing about him, too. He's not the most consistent guy. He's not the most talented quarterback in the country. But when he's hot, he's really, really tough to stop, David. It's important they get this guy going early.
Yeah, and it's not just him. Like, the offense has to, around him, play well. They've got to protect him. Receivers have to make plays. The running game would be good to get going. So it's got to be a team effort because then he can really be at his best.
Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down. And the Hoosiers come to the line in the hurry-up.
And the defense gives up the first down. And here
for Indiana. For programs at this level, they are regularly fighting off the big school for diamonds in the rough. But it looks as if they won this battle with a commitment from a 3-star receiver, Jesse.
He just thought he had better opportunities on and off the field here at this program. He's
lofts one high and deep. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. The Hoosiers will line up to punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. So Delaware's offense will take the field for the first time. And after that performance last week, Jesse, it'll be interesting to see if they can get the big tight end as involved as he was a week ago.
He really did, and he was good out in the field. He was good down near the red zone. He's a matchup problem that you know this quarterback is going to be trying to find early in this game. The defense has to have a plan for him, David. It'll be interesting to see how they try to defend him.
Well, and that's the problem. It's so hard when your best playmaker is a tight end to plan for him because how you treat him is everything, and they can still run the football with him, and they can still throw it to him, and he's just a nightmare matchup, and, you want to slow him down. Like, make some of those easy touches a little bit harder for him, but you know he's going to get his.
The give to the back. Sweet spin. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. The Blue Hens have it with a 1st and 10. He lobs one high down the left side. Looking to get it in.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. And the Blue Hens trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Now it's 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone.
And the running back was not going to be denied on that play. He had a hole, he saw it, he put his foot in the ground, and that was paid.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. The returner will field it and try to do some business. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. And he'll be knocked down at the 2-yard line.
This is a tough part of the field. You want to try to create some space and give yourself an opportunity not to throw out of your own end zone. They didn't hold up with protection. They give up the sack, but thank goodness they didn't give up a safety.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. They'll send the tight end in motion. On the run, it's flat. They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be fourth down. And the Hoosiers will try to pin them back with the punt. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Here's the return. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Guys, the Delaware offense going back to work. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He's brought down, but what a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Looking for a man. It's Valdez. It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year.
Then he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Got his man. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
Right down the middle. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. So now it's second and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Finds the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Just keep slinging it. A little screen to the running back. Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on third down as they have it first and 10 at the 31.
We knew coming into this game, if they throw completions and get first downs, that's when they like to change up the tempo and go faster, seeing it here.
Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Backed up now. Here's second and long. Quick completion on the out route. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The Hoosiers moving quickly to the line. On third and long, try to convert through the air. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
I love playing man coverage on the back end, getting those receivers' faces. Don't let them feel comfortable in run zone where they can find all these holes in the zone, and my rush can't get home. Pressure them, pressure them, pressure them.
And the Hoosiers will call on their punt team. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Now on the return. Makes a move. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Coming out on first down with the play fake. And he left that one short, tried to baby it in there. He's got to turn it loose. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. They believe they can run right here. Breaks into the open. Oh, what a move to get room. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32. Not much can impose your will on a defense like popping a big run.
Especially when they know you're going to run it, right? This offense right now is just more physical. They're more physical up front in the trenches. And this running back and his ability to break tackles, that is just so demoralizing for this defense.
Gives it on the option. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1. The Blue Hens with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Ball's at the 25. They're in field goal range, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Looking for the goal line.
Well, it's a heck of being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip-shot field goal with where they were on that 4th down. But they decided to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Wide receiver going in motion. They go right back to this guy on 2nd and goal. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. 3rd and goal, and they'll try to pass it in. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Blue Hens! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. That drive covered 55 yards for the score. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Here he comes with the return. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. This drive will commence from their own 11-yard line. Leaves it with the back. Turning it on! Got enough for the first. He'll be stopped at the 27, but it's a 15-yard gain.
And the offense with a nice run, breaks off a little bit of run, gets a first down. Oh, and here they go again. First down, you've seen this. They like to go fast.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Hoosiers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Back to pass on 2nd down. Here's a heat. And the heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
Well, that's their 3rd sack of the game, and we knew statistically coming into this game, this is one of the top 25 units in the nation getting after the quarterback. I just love how athletic they are up front, and they are giving this offensive line headaches and nightmares up to this point of the game.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. We've come to the end of the period. It's Delaware holding the lead. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Snags it over the middle. He's knocked down just short of the 30 at the 29-yard line. It brings up 4th down. And the Hoosiers decide to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. Wants to return it. He's got great speed. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Leaves it with the back. Running to Green. And he was able to run through a tackle, and they finally get him, but not until he picks up the 1st down. Off the play fake on 1st down. A strike downfield. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
And gang tackling on this dude is a good idea. They needed it, but he still got the 1st down. Got it behind the line. It's Higgins. And this one will be stopped for no gain. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Back to throw. It's Valdez. Looking for the score. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Delaware. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10.
All you can say is how impressive has this team been at home today in all 3 facets of the game. Their defense has been outstanding. We've seen some plays in special teams, and the offense continues to deliver, showing off all of the playmakers and all of the versatility they have on that side of the football. This could not be better here in the 1st half for the home team.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, a big-time top 25 duel. Let's get right to the pictures. Clemson is currently ahead early right now in Death Valley, but they just haven't been able to separate themselves offensively. They're up by a field goal over Florida Atlantic. Any big changes in this ACC clash, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the 1st down. The give to the back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. 4 punts already, and they've got to convert here to avoid a 5th. Quickly to the tight end. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. The Hoosiers will bring the punt team onto the field. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Catches it at the 30. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. From the gun, the running back has it. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? Looking for a man. It's Valdez. Working that left side now. He'll be forced out of bounds. Let's mark it at the 48-yard line as this offense continues its work. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. And the Blue Hens will punt this one away. Able to get the first one of the day away. They did have to send him out 3 times in that victory last week. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. They just haven't been able to get anything going, and they better get started or it's going to get away from them, David.
Yeah, and these are the weeks that you really wish that you were playing a video game. And you could just reset the console, start over, Jesse, and make something better happen early.
It just looked like they're sleepwalking in this 1st half, and it's not just one guy. They just haven't been playing collectively as a unit. And if I'm the head coach, I'm considering starting to give some other dudes some chances here.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. 3rd and short. They've got them backed up inside the 20, and the D can get the ball back here. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires left. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. Punt is in the air. Looks it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. Return's going to get it up around midfield. He'll be down at the 49-yard line. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Complete downfield. Oh, he's got some space. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Delaware.
Well, this thing's turning into a route, and it's turning into a route quickly. Really nice job by the offense there, but it's not just them. Their defense is getting it done. Their special teams are getting it done, and it just feels like they're really feeding off of this home crowd and their energy. This has been the definition of home field advantage in this football game.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point makes it 28-0. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. OC quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. And he takes this from inside the 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. Makes the quick grab. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd down.
Looking to fire. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
He has been terrorizing quarterbacks all year long. That now his 10th sack of the season. He's got speed, he's got power, he's going to play on Sundays, and he is not cooperating with this offense's game plan.
Try and play action. Under fire. Oh, and he got drilled as he just got rid of the football. And the Hoosiers send out the punt unit. No fair catches here, looking for room. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. And now the Blue Hen offense onto the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Got it. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a 1st down.
I just continue to be impressed watching this guy play. Good decision-making, very accurate. He's obviously got a lot of talent surrounding him, so no surprise with that last completion. He's now over 3,000 yards on the year.
The Blue Hens will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. Motion from the wide receiver. Trying to pound it in. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Tries again to get it in. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. He'll bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Rams him with the stiff arm. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
That's a 1st down.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. They're setting up the screen. No siree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Off play action. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the left. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
19 on the play. And that's a first down for the offense.
Looking downfield on first down. Makes the grab. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
To the wideout.
The Hoosiers want to pick up the tempo.
Brings up second down.
To the air on second down. Makes the grab.
Second down.
And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down.
Good enough for a first down.
Looking to throw on first down. It's complete on the right side. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
By the receiver.
Behind the chains now on second and long. Bringing the heat. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Off the play fake. Fires to the middle. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Scanning the field, it's Valdez. It's complete to the right. They pick up the first down. They'll mark him at the 34. Got to be expeditious here.
And first down for the offense.
Wants to throw on first down. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half.
And that's a play the defense absolutely had to have. They've given up some big plays in this first half, and they're down on the scoreboard right now. Something positive needed to happen. Maybe that's the interception that changes the momentum in this game. It's now up to their offense to try and score some points here before the first half ends.
Bought a little time, lets it go. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. And they make the play and make sure there's not any scoring opportunity right here before the end of the half. It's first down, but the offense is just going to take a knee and go to the locker room. As expected, they're content to run out the clock and go into halftime. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, thanks, guys. And through 2 quarters of ball, it looks like we're in for another fun one here today. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by giving props to this superstar tight end. He's been almost, you know what, check that. He has been unguardable with that unusual blend of speed, size, hands, and route running. He is a pick-your-poison kind of player. And on that note, time to throw it back to our guys at the stadium.
And the Hoosiers will line up to kick off and start the second half. Fielded in the end zone. It's Woolihan. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Guys, the Blue Hen offense going to work. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Got his man downfield. To the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense.
A lot of smiles right now on this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
And the Blue Hens can really attack on this second and short. Here's a quick throw out to the left. Brought down at the 39 after a pickup of 10. It'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Now the play fake. Hauls it in. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down.
And that is another first down.
Use the play fake. Now to throw. Fires to the big fella. He'll go out of bounds at the 21-yard line. A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on second down. Back to throw. It's Valdez. Looking to the big tight end. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And this guy's showing off his hands again, understanding where the football's going. He breaks on the football so quick. And guess what? He makes plays when he breaks on it. That's 2 interceptions here through 3 quarters of a football game.
Indiana sends the offense onto the field. Pulled and finds his man on the left. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds. Wide receiver comes in motion. The play action fake. Got his man. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? Picked up some yardage on that completion, but still a third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Pocket breaking down. Got out of trouble and throws. He makes the grab. Really good job making a play, getting it out to the 24 and moving those chains.
First down for the offense.
He'll do it himself. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They're dealing with a second and long. Wants to go up top. Fires to the middle. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm. They come to the line facing third and long from the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he could and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming. The Hoosiers will send out the punt unit. Makes the catch at the 30. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. Okay, guys, here comes the Delaware offense onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
The Blue Hens come to the line on third and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Looking down the middle. Got his man. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line. Tight end now in motion. Hands it off. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. They'll give it to the back. Sweet cut there. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. And the Blue Hens are moving quickly down the field. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. The give to the tailback. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal.
Well, and he gets stuffed on that QB sneak. He's just not doing a really good job of reading the crease and finding a little space to kind of tuck into and drive his feet. He's just running himself into a wall, Dave.
Well, and how about the big boys up front? Make a crease, push somebody back, create some space. There was nowhere to go.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
On the move from inside his 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. And the Hoosiers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving.
Brings up 2nd down.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. And they'll get him down, but boy, did he put some dudes in the spin cycle. My goodness.
1st down for the offense.
Looking to throw on 1st down. And he just threw that one away. Safe move, didn't see anything, lived to play another play. So now it's 2nd and long. Power football with the run.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Lofts one deep down the right side. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. The Hoosiers line up to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. Secures it at the 30. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. They'll start this drive 60 yards in front of them from their own 40. Leaves it with the running back.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Snagged out of the air. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down.
And that's a 1st down.
And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. Will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. They go back to work with the 1st down in the final period of this one. Looking to throw, it's Valdez. Just a short pass to the tight end. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Got some of the work done on 1st. Now let's see what they have on 2nd down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Gonna look downfield again. Pulls it in. It's Pierce. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37. To the air on 1st down. Throws for the tight end. Wide open downfield. He's brought down the one. A play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. If you like the stats, and I know you do, he's over 400 yards passing now.
Yeah, if they win this game, he's getting a game ball. There's no doubt about it. This guy has been on fire from the very start of this football game. He's been throwing bullets all over the field.
Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Got his man quickly. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down. And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. Good, right down the boulevard. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really, really depend on.
Bringing it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The give out of the gun. How about that weight room work he's showing off there as he gets across the 20? They'll mark it at the 22.
Brings up 2nd down.
He's got it on the right. Stopped at about the 25-yard line, but it'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Pulls and throws off the RPO. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Quick release on the RPO. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. And the Hoosiers line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Looking downfield, it's Rhodes. Makes the grab on the left. So important to convert these 3rd downs, and they get it done. They'll have it at the 42.
At the 42. That's a first down for the offense.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. On the move, it's Graves. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. 7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll throw it. It's complete to the left. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. The Hoosiers have it with a 1st and 10.
And that's a first down for the offense.
He'll pull it on the read. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long.
Brings up 2nd down.
They'll go to the ground. He's going to lose a yard on that one. And they have converted their first 2 3rd down opportunities, but this one a 3rd and long. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And the Hoosiers will punt it away on 4th down. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. Brought down at the 31 after a pickup of 10 yards on that one.
First down for the offense.
They'll move the tight end. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. Dropping back, it's Valdez. He's got his man. Still on his feet at the 45. He was off to the races, and maybe another step or two and he would have scored, but they get him at the 21-yard line. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
Barely time to catch our breath after that one, and they've got it 1st and 10, threatening just outside the red zone. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Rides the back on the option, the give. Ran through just keeps moving. Looking for the end zone. Give him 88 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get concerned. Because this offense obviously has had themselves a day. And apparently, their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, fellas, here's a quick update on a top 25 clash today. Clemson is in trouble right now, and unless something changes, this could be the kind of loss that sets the program back significantly.
Back to throw, it's Rhodes.
They're trailing by 20 to Florida Atlantic. We'll circle back if anything changes in this big-time ACC matchup. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
Wants to go up top on first down. He's got him down the middle. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. He'll keep it himself. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Throws to the wideout. Interception, and things are going from bad to worse. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And that's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, Palmer, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense has been. They've always been a step ahead. They've been the more physical side, and they've been making plays on the back end. That interception should seal this thing.
Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. After not really playing their best earlier this season, people said, this team is bad. Now they won 3 in a row. This team is good. People are fickle.
Yeah, and we're probably the ones who were saying that a little bit, Reese, because they were struggling. It didn't look like they knew who they were, and they didn't have the momentum going. But now they've definitely got it together, Jesse, and they look like a different team.
They sure do, David. We know teams get better or they get worse over the course of a season. This team right now, completely different. Almost the polar opposite than what we saw earlier this year. And I'll tell you, look at their schedule and who they've got left. Those teams better be careful. This team is coming for them.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.